Assalamualaikum and a very good day to you all. In this video, I would like to share with you on how to identify different types of matrices. So let's get started on the introduction. A matrix is a rectangular array of numbers, entries of element enclosed by a bracket. A matrix must have rows and columns. The matrix for which the entry or element is in ith row and jth column is denoted by this writing A sub ij. So from this matrix, for example, this is the entry in the first row and the second column. This entry is in the first row and jth column. This entry is in the ith row and the first column, and this entry is in the ith row and jth column. If a matrix has m rows and n columns, the order of dimension of the matrix is called m by n. So for the first one, we have 1 by 2 matrix. The second one, we have 2 by 3 matrix. And the last one, we have 3 by 2 matrix. Let's go for the first example. What's the order of this matrix? Okay, let's see. We have 2 rows over here. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So the order of A is 2 by 4. Now let's identify the element according to the row and the column number. So for the first one, A to 1 means that the element is in the second row and the first column. The second one is the element is in the first row and second column. And the third one, the element is in the second row and the fourth column. Let's consider the second example. Let A be 3 by 3 matrix. Find matrix A if the number of row is less than the number of column. We have to multiply the number of row and column. But if the number of row is greater than the column, we have to double the number of column and add it to the number of row. So this is the resulting matrix. So those in purple, those enclosed in the purple box, it shows that we have to multiply the row and column because the number of row is less than the number of column. Less than equal, yeah? And this one enclosed by the purple box, it means that the number of row is greater than the number of column. And this is the resulting matrix. There are several types of matrices. These are called row matrices. It is because they only have one row. This is column matrices as opposed to row matrix. These matrices has only one column. Meanwhile, a square matrix is a n by n matrix that has equal number of rows and columns. As you can see, the first one has 2 rows and 2 columns, and the second matrix down here has 3 rows and 3 columns. So both matrices are called square matrix because it has the same number of rows and columns. A zero matrix has all zeros in it. So we can write it as 0 ij. So this is one example of zero matrix. Has 2 rows and 1 column, and this one is a 3 by 3 zero matrix. Identity matrix is a matrix that has ones in its diagonal. Diagonal is somewhere over here in the green box, and it must have only ones in it and zeros in the other. Okay, so this is 2 by 2 matrix, example of identity matrix. And this one is 3 by 3, example of identity matrix, as you can see over here. So from these two examples, we cannot say that this matrix 1, 1, 1, 1 is identity matrix, even though it has all ones inside it. Identity matrix must have ones in the diagonal. So you have to distinguish that, yeah? Okay, let's continue with upper and lower triangular matrix. So what is upper triangular matrix? Upper triangular matrix is a matrix that has non-zero entries in diagonal and above. In diagonal and above. And the rest must have zero entry only. Okay, how about lower triangular? It's just the opposite. Okay, so as you can see here, all non-zero entries in diagonal and below, okay, over here, and the upper part over here, upper than the diagonal, must be zero entries. So that's all. Thank you for your time and attention. Assalamualaikum. Have a good day.